talked about what are we going to expect from you? You said by the end of the year we should expect your first solo album.
Yeah, I'm going to release something before the end of the year, but by the end of the year, hopefully before.
Are you an EP, an album, or what should we?
An album.
Okay.
Yeah, but not 900 songs. Like about no, seriously, no, about like 12 songs tops. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going up to 16 and 18 and all that. Not for the, and I have songs. Trust, I have songs where I can do an album, but I don't want to do that. I just want to do maybe a good 10. 9, a couple of interludes, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see how it works out. I'm taking my time. I want to do it right. I don't have, a big $1 million budget right now, which I wish I had, you know what I'm saying? Because then I could really set everybody up, all the plate, all of the, when my nucleus up right, my producers, everything, boom, 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 we can get everything popping like it was when Teddy was the man, and even Pharrell, when I've seen him even before he got to this, where he had 3 or 4 studios open at one time. He's doing not 3 or 4 studios, 3 or 4 rooms open in a studio. Okay. With different projects going on at the same time. And I say that to say, I would love that budget too, because then I could have 88 keys in one room. I could be finishing my song. I could have Super Dave West in the other room. And then when the Neptunes come in, they can finish what they finish and we can get it done. You know what I'm saying? But when you going on not a $1 million budget yet, okay, I'll say yet.
Yes, okay.
It goes a little slower.
Yeah. So this Super 88 keys and 88 keys and David, are these producers that you've known for a long time, and what's?
I have a good friendship with both of them. I've known 88 longer than Dave West, but I've known Dave West for a few years also.
Okay, so what's the difference with the type of music they're going to help produce for you?
Oh, they both do the same thing differently. You know what I'm saying? I was also going to be signed to the UMA, which is Jay Dilla and Q-Tip, and was it somebody else? Jesus Christ. That was a record company that was going to be done too. As a matter of fact, Q-Tip wanted to sign me on those songs that I did with the Neptunes. That didn't work out either. But I'm saying all that to say that I'm bringing Jay Dilla into the picture, because what 88 Keys does and what Super Dave West does is sort of on that same order of Jay Dilla. You know what I'm saying? They're just dope in their own right. Both of them are, you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of producers I rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like when I met Pharrell, he was a kid. I mean, I was a kid too. I'm older than him, but not that much. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I was out of high school. He was still in high school. Okay. But my point is that those songs that he had, okay, the first songs I heard from the Neptunes, okay, they was dope. I know dope when I hear it.
Yeah. Okay? I mean, at one time they were. I mean, still, if they do come out with anything, they're still the biggest. One of the biggest production team.
But people might be surprised to hear some of the stuff they did early. I don't know who's heard that, but my point is that my ear knew then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's different from the stuff that people know them from.
Okay, with the Noriega and
it's different from that because of course their musicianship developed during that time, under my tutelage. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much.
Are they gonna help you with something on your album?
I hope they do. Hello, Pharrell, give me a call. You know my number. Of course, I hope they do. Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody loved Tammy Lucas. I don't have no beef with nobody, okay? Yeah. So who knows? Teddy might be on board too. We don't know.
Do you still keep in touch after all these years? I mean, because I know he.
Well, not an everyday thing, but I still love them. They still love me. Just put it that way. I don't talk to none of them every day. You know what I'm saying? But they know how to contact me, and I know how to contact them. You know what I mean?
Because Teddy was in an interview, and he was speaking about Nefertiti, somebody who's working with, but he referenced back how he used to work with you. This was about a month ago, and you know, so and when I interviewed Neptune, I said, you know, he called Tammy Lucas and I said that's very high standards for him to actually try and say that this is where he is working now. But
yeah, we had a great chemistry, Teddy and I. A very. That's what I'm saying. You have a music chemistry with somebody. It's like being a brother and sister with them. You know what I'm saying? It's a very personal thing. You know what I mean? It's not something that's just. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's something that it's a real connection. It's like going to school with somebody and being a roommate in college for 4 years or something like that. People that you never forget those people. Yeah. People that you grew up with in your neighborhood or some, you know, that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? We came up in the industry together and we made money and made history.
Yeah. I always end my interviews by asking my guests that if you were stuck in an elevator and you were, they said it would take about 2 or 3 hours. They said, what movie can we put on for you to watch while we get you out? What would you request?
Oh, what movie?
Yeah.
Well, just to make it easy, Coming to America, the original one.
Okay.
Just to make it easy, because I can watch that any time of the day. It doesn't matter when that comes on. I know all the parts. It's funny. It makes you feel good. I mean, I got a lot of favorite movies, but that's definitely one of them. Eddie Murphy and Coming to America, the original. Absolutely.
Okay. And then they're about to put on the movie. They said, look, we're going to play a song for you to listen to before we get the movie on. What song would you request?
Probably have to take a little Michael Jackson. Why not? A little Jackson 5. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is not my last song I'm going to hear, is it?
No. It's almost like looking for your favorites, your all-time favorite song that you'd like. You know, if I'm going down, if I have to wait here, this is my song.
What song? I mean, there's so many songs by the Jackson 5 I like. Oh my God, it's so hard to pick one. Oh man. Oh my God. It's hard to pick anything by the Jackson 5. Anything.
Okay.
Anything. Because I love them so much. Anything by the Jackson 5.
Fans will always ask, would there be a chance that you ever record your own version of Joy?
Well, there's one already recorded.
Where?
It's called a reference vocal.
But is it out? How can we hear it?
Teddy has it, and I'm gonna tell you how he has it. I recorded a fresh reference for Blackstreet, and then Levi listened to my reference. So some of Levi's ad-libs, which he did a superb job. Oh my God, superb. I mean, Teddy knows how to find that talent now, okay? But in any case, and they're drawn to him, all of them. He didn't look for everybody. A lot of people the same way, they came to him, you know? But the point is that I did a reference. So they have that. I have it somewhere too on cassette. I keep all, listen, I have everything. I have to get it properly all transferred onto file stuff. And
released and streamed and stuff, so that because
you know what, you're giving me ideas. I didn't even think of that. Thank you very much for that idea. Yeah. No, because you know you don't think about that, but people do. Now is a time where people buy vintage stuff like that's like a vintage recording. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm going to listen. I'm digging in the crates this weekend.
Yeah, and you do have the name. You do have a brand name that people always search.
Do I? Listen, and I'm saying that and I'm being real funny, but you never feel that way. You know what I mean? Maybe some people do, but you know.
Yeah, you know, if there's any, you know, there's a massive following for Teddy, but for those who follow Teddy, follow the people who were around him. So, you know, from Blackstreet, I interviewed Levi a couple of weeks ago, and Eric, and you know, also with you know Chelsea Mucho Scott, John Marie, And people were interested in the stories of back in the day because they followed Teddy and they followed the transition, and they wanted to hear about everybody. And so like, oh, where's Tammy? What did she do? So if you came out with a track, as I said, when you were on Tribe's their stuff, we all bought it because we still thought, oh, Teddy's probably involved in it, because you were so close to him that anything you did, we had associated him with. So yes, if you came out with a single, it will get its attention because you do have people who are very familiar with your name. So it's a very, as I said, but we don't hear too much from you. So it would be great if you release stuff to stream, even stuff just to get out there, so that people like can say, oh, there's some new stuff from Tammy's ahead of.
I'm definitely working on some stuff, but that other idea, I wasn't thinking about that. So I'll definitely put that into plan too, because I didn't even think of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's where everyone's streaming, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Spotify, wherever it is, it's all about streams. It's all about play. It's all about, even if you don't have a video, but as soon as it's out there, even if it's on YouTube, doesn't matter who plays it, it just gets a notch, and the revenue comes through. So that's why I say when you copyright it and submit the stuff, you get, so we need to hear your music, because you've done so much, but yet we've not seen a lot or heard a lot. So it would be definitely great and stuff.
I took a long break off, but I'm back. I'm back to it now.
Yeah.
And I'm working on some stuff that I really love, So we're gonna get it together this year for sure. I thought I was gonna do it 2020, but 2020 turned into a whole nother year.
Yeah, no, it did. But I think this is the time, this year. But you started to get active on Instagram. It is very important to, for us to see how you are and listen to stuff, because it is an amazing tool. You'd be surprised how much people really use this as a network and stuff. I mean, I've used it to get a lot of interviews, but it'd be great to let us know that you're back and you're doing stuff, because that's changed now. It's not about the radio DJ. It is really your social media. Yeah. Interviews like this and some music to accompany it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna work hard on the songs, and as soon as they get where they need to get, I'm gonna release them.
Yes.
Because to me, that's the whole meat and potatoes, and that's why I didn't do a lot of interviews initially, because I just felt like, well, I don't have any of my music ready yet. But then my management convinced me, go ahead and do a few interviews,
Yeah, let people know that you're around. That's to share stories, and I appreciate Miles for setting this up, and I'm sure he's going to know how to, as I said, even if you've got some tracks that you want to leak out, so that it generates a buzz. You sometimes, even if something very old, if you leak it out, it generates a buzz that, oh, she's coming up with stuff, and so it just gets us ready for it and stuff. So. Yeah, if there's anything that we could do to at least to start the ball rolling, I'll hope Miles going to send it our way. Then, as we're putting out the interview, we could put out like, here's a snippet from that's a song that Tammy did a year ago, 2 years ago, and stuff. So we can, and she's coming out with something new 2021.
We'll keep you posted. That's for sure.
Thank you.
and just thank you for all your interest. I appreciate it.
No,
very kind.
Well, yeah, the fact that I actually, when you put out your picture that it's your birthday, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm not going to have this interview then, because so I'm very humbled that you actually took time today and you accepted the interview. It's going to make a lot of our fans happy to hear from you, to hear some of the backstory, the fact that you sang for us once or twice. It's also good, and so I appreciate that, and appreciate Miles for being patient enough to sort it out as well. So I do look forward to hearing some music, because I think that's what we're looking for, just to just to keep your name in
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah, to keep your name out there so people can say, okay, wow, this is, you know, this is that's why they do mixtape, just to say, even if it's not the original one you're selling, but it's a way of saying, okay, we haven't heard this, and it generates the buzz. So, yeah, I'll look forward to some of that. But it is midnight here, so I'm going to turn down the lights here. But I really appreciate it. Happy birthday again.
Thank you for everything.